What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the MME YouTube channel, where we're here to help you develop a healthy mind to keep your body aligned. My name is Tyler Egan, and I will be your wellness mentor and educator. And in today's video, I'm going to get right to it. Today's video, we have a 6-point somatic breathwork meditation to walk you through. I'm not going to do it here because I got traffic moving back there. It's really toasty out today. I'm going to sweat my doing this. So we're gonna head down into my apartment where I will continue to film this and walk you through the meditation. So I'll see you down there.
So the rope touches my left heel.
With peppers, onions.
Circadian health, more important. All right, y'all, let's get started with our 6-point somatic breathwork meditation. But before we do, with the first contradiction, before we do, a few orders of business. So I have a yoga mat and yoga blocks. The yoga mat is just comfortable. You don't need one, and a little more comfortable than the floor. And the yoga blocks I'm going to use to show you a few different positions that you could hang out in throughout this meditation. There is no right or wrong way to do this. That's why I'm going to show you a few different ways to hang out in. I utilize all of them depending on how I'm feeling that day, and like if I'm beat up from a workout or from a run or from whatever it is. So that's going to lead me to my next point, which is, please, I'm going to invite you now to just simply meet yourself where you're at. Not everybody has to be in a lotus pose with the situation going on. There's so many different positions we can hang out in. Again, that's why I'm going to show you with the yoga blocks. Find what is comfortable enough so that your mind will not distract you. Okay? And I think that's it for that for now. There will also be timestamps down below because I want to dive a little bit into some education and some understanding on what the word somatic means, somatic therapy, somatic breathwork, and all that kind of stuff really fast. So if you want to skip ahead, timestamps will be down below, so go ahead and find where the meditation begins. Although I want to invite you to stick around and receive this information. It can help elevate the practice just a little bit more. But if you don't want to, totally just go ahead and skip ahead. Now, to quickly get into I say quickly, sometimes it's not that quick. You'll see by the timestamps down below. Some brief education on this. So the word somatic is derived from the Greek word soma, which essentially translates to body. More specifically, the body as a separate entity from the mind. Science defines the word mind as the brain in action, right? And so with that understanding, your brain, your mind is inside of your head. Your head is attached to your body. We can't really separate the two things unless you're walking around headless, at which time you might be dead. So, it kind of seems a little counterintuitive, the first contradiction of what I'm about to say here, but just bear with me for a moment. So the word somatic has been more popularized through somatic therapy, which really focuses on the connection between the mind and the body. Now, the reason this is important, the connection between the mind and body, is because it's very, very, very helpful, very useful, transformational in healing past trauma. Psychological, emotional trauma, because the body stores trauma from the past. Our emotions are energy in motion, right? And if we don't fully move through those emotions and those energies, they'll get stuck in the transport system that is our body. Our body is just moving energy all day long. And if we don't fully move through the energy, so like anger or something like that, it can get stuck inside of you. Right? If you had something seriously traumatic happen to you when you were a kid, and maybe you never fully coped with it, you never fully processed it, those energies can be in here. And so through the breath, through breath work. I mean, you could just take one deep breath right now and feel it. We can connect our mind and body, because you can be really, and if you know, like you can be really wrapped up in your head, thinking about everything, analyzing, whether it's like a work thing or whatever, or family dilemma. And you're like not really embodied. You're not in your body. But like right now, I feel more in my head. So if I just stop, I can actually feel the energy, maybe even the blood flow. Reaching my fingers, my toes. I can feel my right hips a little bit tighter than my left right now, whereas 5 minutes ago, I was more focused on what I'm going to say next. So through the breath, we can really connect the mind and the body. And if somatic therapy is all about healing trauma through the connection of the mind and body, what better tool to utilize than our breath? There's so many different things we can do here. What the breath does as well, through practicing breath work, is you can downregulate your nervous system. So in more scientific terms for a moment here, if you are hyper stressed out, you're getting triggered, cortisol is probably being released in your brain, and you're being pumped with all these upper chemicals in your brain, in your body and brain, right? And so now your nervous system is being upregulated in a sense. So if we can downregulate our nervous system, calm ourselves down, we can then respond accordingly to different situations. And what the breath can teach us is how to experience the up of everyday life, the cortisol spikes from work, from traffic, from the kids, whatever it is. And then the down regulation that we have the power to tap into within our own body just through breathing alone. And what this ultimately does is this can really create so much space around the heavy, dense traumas that we all carry around in here, whether it be from our childhood, from when we were teenagers, from our first husband or wife, from our bastard children, like whatever it is. We can create so much space around these wounds inside of us that they can just be here. And if that doesn't make sense, bear with me, because it will throughout this practice. So the 6 point in the 6 point somatic breathwork meditation, the 6 points are just 6 different points that I've experimented with through the pathway of my spine, I suppose is one way I can put it, where I've noticed I just store a lot of trauma, a lot of energy, a lot of emotions. And so we're not just going to use our breath, although if you need to just breathe heavily, do that. We're going to use all the tools we have access to. So we're going to do some maybe light tapping, some rubbing on certain areas of your body. So what I want to invite you to do now, as we're about to get started here, is get into a comfortable and relaxing position. Get into a space within your house or wherever you're at where you feel extremely comfortable. This is why I took my shirt off, because it helps me connect with my body a little bit more. Normally I would shut the lights off, have some music going. I have my oil diffuser going in over there. These things just kind of help me like set the space for like a soothing, healing space. So I want to invite you to do that now. And you can, I'll wait for you. And by wait for you, I mean you should pause the video now, because I'm going to go ahead and get started with everything. So the 4 different positions, again, emphasis on the please meet yourself where you're at. The 4 different positions that we have to work with is just regular. You can sit cross-legged like this, but I can already feel my hips getting a little tired, if you will, from it. So the second position would then be to prop your ass up on a yoga block. I like a yoga block because I like the stiffness it provides. It's not too stiff, but it's not in my it's not too stiff. It's like perfect for me, and it feels comfortable. So 1 yoga block's my vibe. You can use 2. You can use a pillow. You don't have to do this at all if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to sit this way. The 2 other positions would be just simply laying down on the straight out If you want to put a pillow under your head, you can do that. That's pretty cool. You don't have to do anything crazy because you can do all the things we're going to do here. And then the last one, which is a new favorite of mine, is using a yoga block as a pillow. It feels so beautiful on my neck. So anyway, those are our 4 positions. So go ahead, I'll wait for you again. And by wait for you, I mean you should pause the video now because that's the only waiting you're going to get from me. I'll wait for you, pick your position, and we're going to get started here. Whenever you're ready, start by taking a deep breath in. And release it all. And if you haven't already, you can feel free to close your eyes. We want to focus on 3-second inhalations, whether it be through your mouth or through your nose, and a 4-second exhalation out of your mouth, releasing your jaw, and really exaggerate the sigh. For now, what we'll do is just get into a rhythm with this breathing pattern. 3-second inhalation, 4-second exhalation. And as we continue with this breath, you should start to feel your brain relax a little bit. Feel the energy move throughout your body. And use your mind to focus on moving that energy to different areas. Feel your fingers. Feel that energy flow down your arms. Pull it back up. And feel the energy course throughout your legs, your knees, your feet, your big toe. And in a moment here, we're going to start to position our hands around certain energy centers of the body. Bring our focus there. And listen. When you're ready, take both your hands and feel for your hip bones. Around waist level, bony structures, you can't miss them. And then put your fingers right on the inside of there. As if you're carrying a child in your own womb. Return to your breath. Focus your mind on where your fingers are. And inhale fully into that area. Maintaining this rhythm of breathing, And your focus on this area of your body. And notice what's showing up right now. Is your mind starting to chatter about what you may or may not be doing wrong? Is there something else you have to do today that's pulling your focus right now? Do you feel any emotions or energy showing up for you as we focus on this breathing? Whatever is showing up, or whether they're thoughts, judgments from somebody else, feelings of shame, guilt, sadness, self-pity. Return to your breath and just let those energies be there. Let the thoughts be there. Let the emotions be there. When you're ready, we're going to take our hands again. I'm going to focus right around our belly button area, lower rib cage. And let's start tapping this area. You don't have to pound anything. You don't have to poke yourself hard. You can use one finger. You can use 5 fingers. Move your arms all around your belly. You can slap a little bit. You can continue to tap. And bring your focus back to your breath if you've lost it. If you feel judgment coming in because you keep losing your breath. If you hear worry, you're concerned that you could be doing this wrong, or oh, maybe you look weird or feel silly doing this. Take a deep breath in with me. And let it be okay that you feel weird. You feel silly. And if you're feeling really courageous, I want to invite you to say this with me. You're allowed to feel silly in my body. And as a bonus, use your first name. Tyler, you're allowed to feel silly in my body. Next, we're going to move our fingers up. To our chest. Continuing to tap, or if you feel called to do this instead, just put your hands over your heart, returning to your breath. 3-second inhalation, 4-second exhalation. You can tap around your chest, you can tap around your heart, you can pound your chest, you can pound your heart. You can work that upper rib cage, tap around there. Let's stop. Return to our breath if we lost it. Put our hand over our heart and just listen. What's your heart saying to you right now? What are you feeling? Is your mind trying to pull you back to what you're supposed to do today or what you need to do today? Are you back to feeling silly? Take a deep breath in and just let that be there. The mind is where the inner child can stay and often show up when we're doing something a little uncomfortable or out of the norm. Whether it be through judgment, shame, guilt, and what we can do, what we are doing, is creating space around that inner child. Letting them be seen. And letting them be heard. Bring your focus back to breathing. And breathing all that air into your chest. And when you're ready, we're going to move up to our neck. We're going to start to massage the front of it. In a circular pattern if you want. You can do clockwise or counterclockwise. You can shimmy your neck like a shimmy shimmy Cocoa Puff. A lot of energy can get stored in this area of the body when we're not speaking our truth. We're not saying what we know we need to say. Return to your breath if you lost it. And reach your chin up nice and high as you continue to massage your neck. And feel the elongation in your neck. Relax that jaw. Let go of all the air. Now, move your hands to the back of your neck, maybe your upper traps, depending on where you're at, what you're feeling today. You may feel a little bit more tension in your upper traps, maybe a little bit more tension in the back of your neck, at the base of your skull. Begin to bring your awareness here. And just notice what's showing up right now. Kind of thoughts, if there are thoughts. Kind of energy. Stuck energy. Stiff energy. Feel a little bit of a release right now. Ooh. Whatever's showing up, good, bad, right, wrong, positive, negative. That's all okay. And last, let's bring our awareness, our hands, to our face and feel out where Where am I storing tension up here? Is it in my temple, my eyebrows? Right underneath my jaw? My jaw? My nose? Where are you feeling tension in your face right now? Begin to massage that a little bit. If it's just a pressure point, a tension point, maybe just hold that there. Apply pressure and breathe. If you lost the breath, come back to it. And notice what's showing up here. And when you're ready, you can relax your hands, relax your arms, relax your body. And if you're not laying down, I want to invite you to do that now. Because now we're just going to sit here and be for a moment. And just let this practice soak into our body. You can continue to focus on our pattern of breathing we've been following this entire time, or return to your normal breathing. And just notice what shows up while you're here. Thoughts, emotions, feelings, energy. Are you resisting something right now? Is there a fear here? Fear of being hurt? Fear of not being loved? Fear of being unworthy, not good enough? Hold that space for that part of yourself right now. And let it be okay if you fall apart. Let it be okay if you don't feel good enough. And if it doesn't feel like it's okay to not be good enough, let that be okay. Let that judgmental energy be there. And love that. But then your mind might kick in and be like, but I don't want to be judgmental. I'm not judgmental. Just listen to it. And let that part of yourself be heard. Let that part of yourself be seen. We'll take a moment of silence here, and then I'll call you all back when we're ready. And you're ready, you can start to bring your awareness back to your body. Move your hands and feet. Squeeze your butt cheeks. And you can slowly come up to a seated position when you're ready. I kind of don't want to get up yet, but I guess I kind of have to. Oof. Oh, man. And take your time, but join me when you're ready. That was relaxing. Feel good. Interesting things showing up in my mind and body as I go through all of that. I mean, you guys kind of heard it. I would love to hear from you all in the comments down below. What showed up for you while you were going through this? You know, any emotions or energies? Did you hear any thoughts maybe you never heard before? Experience different parts of yourself? Anything you could share in the comments. I'm going to share mine in the comments, but anything you can share in the comments could greatly help the next person who comes upon this video may be intrigued but on the fence. So with that out of the way, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey here. If you took anything from this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. There'll be more of these coming down the road. If you're interested in working with MME and working with me one-on-one to help guide and facilitate your health, your healing, and your wellness journey, there will be a link down below, and you can sign up for a 15-minute discovery call to learn a little bit more about us. We can learn a little bit more, about you, and we can go from there. With that out of the way, thank you all for being here. I don't normally say this, but this feels right now. Namaste.
So the rope touches my left heel.
with peppers, onions,
Circadian health. More importantly, we're going to be talking about your circadian rhythm.